Wicked, welcome. First session today we're going to be looking at single stick and thinking about some stick fighting ideas. So we've got some fluid striking and some defense and putting it together. It's going to be simple but effective, hopefully. But to begin with, we need to get warmed up and rolling. So I just want to have stick in the right hand, and I'm going to do lab tick. So we're hitting from one side all the way through to the other and reset just on angle one. That's it. I'm going to do about 20 of those. Just warming up to begin with. Making sure it's coming downwards on that angle through the target that you've chosen to hit. So for me, it's you. That's it. I want to make sure the top end of the stick is slashing through that target. I don't know, that's about 20. Stick in the left hand, left foot forwards, same deal. So again, warming up for me, left hand is not quite as good as right hand, so I'm going to start slow. Make sure I've got that motor pattern down fairly well. We're doing this one, there's a couple of ways we can start. I can either raise my hand up and open my elbow out, and that's kind of opening up this side of my body. It's going to give me more power, more momentum, because I've got more of a run up for the swing. Or if I want to be a little sneakier, I can keep it here and almost push with my shoulder to get it going. And what I can hear from the noise the stick is making, that the peak speed is about here, not necessarily here. But from what I gain from it not really being as telegraphed as, are you ready for what's coming? I think it's a fairly good trade-off. So the way that I practice these is starting from my shoulder, or starting with my hand on my chest and kind of pushing forwards and out, rather than going back and then swinging. But like anything, it's a trade-off. So I get less power, but also less of a telegraph. Okay, that's enough left hand. Back in the right hand, we're going to do angle two. We'll start on the left side of my body, same deal. Slashing through a target, making sure the top end of my stick is the thing hitting the target. I'm going to be reaching out with the stick because its attributes are reach and impact. Backhand downward diagonal. With the angle two, I'm less bothered about having the hand lead it, because it's rare that I chamber, it's rare that I kind of have my guard crossed over here. Or if I do, maybe I would have my hand a little higher up. Or it's something that's moving, I can then hit the angle two with. But the angle one tends to be a little more completely static start and hit. Angle two is a bit more, I'm already moving, I'm on the two side here, you can raise the elbow up and get plenty of power. Couple more on angle two, right hand. Alright, let's change it over to the left hand. Same thing, start on the right shoulder, downward diagonal backhand. Thinking about targeting, thinking about recovery as well. What happens with the stick after it's hit and it keeps swinging? Do I have to stop my shoulder here, and so everything happens in my wrist or my grip? Or can I allow my shoulder to open out and gradually slow down a faster shot? in a way that doesn't jar my shoulder or my wrist or my elbow. Some of that comes with the rotation of the hips, turning the shoulders. Some of it comes with having more upright posture or being able to stretch out your chest a little bit more. Okay, time. Back in the right hand. Now I'm going to go 1 and 2 continuously, about 20 reps, and this is more about making it smooth rather than making it hard. So start kind of slow and smooth. 2, 2, 1, 2, forehand, backhand, and then gradually speed it up. So your left hand is somewhere useful. Try to avoid flaring your elbow out so you don't hit yourself on the elbow. Elbow tucked in, maybe up here. I like it here. And it's totally out of the way. You want to get a bit more speed into it, but maintaining control. I'm going to let the stick come out from my body as I hit, back to my body, or my hand and the stick back to my body when I'm chambering. Out, back, still in a smooth manner. Cool. Left hand, same thing. Forehand and backhand. Good, same deal. Keep going, guys. Making sure to keep the right hand on your chest, right elbow tucked in nicely. That's it. Rotate the upper body, rotate the lower body, allow the feet to turn where they need to. Nice, looking good. Sweet. Next one. Stick back in the right hand, please. We're going to do hit and retract. So Wittig strike. Hit and retract. Hand is going to come past center line. Tip of the stick can also come past center line and maybe even point at the target. And it's going to come all the way back up again. Down and back, down and back. So this is not going to have as much power as a laptic strike all the way through. It allows you to hit in more rapid succession, a few more, a bit quicker basically. Now personally, I'm trying not to get too much wrist snap. A little bit of wrist snap is okay, and I tend to close my grip for the snap. What I used to do was really extend my wrist there and catch the stick at that full extent. And because the sticks I was using were quite heavy and I was missing, it was starting to give me wrist pain from repeated hyperextension. I was going here, catching all the momentum, and that's where all the force was going, as before I dragged it back. So now I keep more of an angle between the stick and my forearm. I'm not like a strict 90 degrees kind of thing, because then I lose range. So just a little bit. That's it. Cool. Keep it in the right hand. Now we're going to do backhand. So you can either do a downward diagonal or some kind of horizontal, whichever one you fancy for this backhand here. So it could be downward diagonal. Remember, hand past the center line, Maybe even this point of the stick past the center line as well. Back up again. Keeping a bit of an angle between the stick and your forearm. Not too much full extension. Down and back. Down and back. Come down on the angle, or just go horizontal. You can go horizontal at head height, horizontal at hand height. Just kind of mix it up with this one. If you're feeling really funky, you can go upward, come back down again. That one feels a bit weird to me. You really gotta lean on a bit of an angle and turn my hips for it to not feel so weird. Still feels weird. I like horizontal or downward. Okay, left hand. Left hand forehand first, let's go. Thinking about precision, hitting down and coming back on the same line. Like if you're using your machete for totally legitimate gardening purposes, like you're trying to chop the limb off a tree or something, and hit the same point with the machete every time and come out of the same gap. Hit the same point, come out. Hit the same point, come out. Same idea. So if you can hit a static target 100 times in a row very precisely, you're better able to hit a moving target. Even though there's not 100% skill transfer, you still need to practice both skills. I'll be quiet now. Alright, left hand, backhand. So again, you can go downward diagonal, or kind of horizontal, or upward diagonal. Whichever one you like. Cool. So now, sticking the right hand again, let's put these together with a third strike. You guys are pretty advanced, I'm sure you'll be fine. We're going to go Labtik, Wittik, Redondo. Labtik, Wittik, Redondo. Labtik, Wittik, Redondo. Labtik, Wittik, Redondo. Think about the targeting with this as well. Maybe the first one targets head, hand, arm. Hand, head, arm. Head, leg, head. Hand, arm. You can do the horizontal or the downward Wittik, whichever one you feel like. Each time starting on that forehand side. Remember on your Redondo strike, it's going to be a flywheel that stays on the left side of my body. Going to raise my elbow up nice and high, Hand leads, then tip of the stick over the top. Stays around here and I catch it on the same position. That's it. Turn myself almost completely side on, like I'm on a snowboard or skateboard or something towards my target here. Because if I'll do it towards you. If I'm kind of square on, means I'm more likely to hit my knee, or I'm going to have to change the angle of the redondo a bit to be on an angle, oblique. If I want it to be vertical, I need to move the rest of me out the way, like I'm stood between two sheets of glass, two sheets of redondos. So 1, 2, turn, 3. 1, 2, turn, 3. Cool, looking good. Let's do the same thing, left hand. So here's the challenge for me, definitely. I'm going to have to start slowly, build it up. Forehand Leipzig all the way through. Backhand Wittig, horizontal or upward or downward. Backhand Redondo, a reset. Leipzig, Wittig, Redondo, reset. Wittig, if you can hear that with each shot, trying to make the whooshing sound through the air. And between each shot, I'm touching my own body with the stick. Touching here, touching here, touching here again, touching there one more time. So I know each time where the stick is in between the hits, and also that it's getting maximum reach to build up maximum impact without coming from behind me. Because behind me it's not that great defensively, at least if it's just about in front of me here. If I need it to be defensive, it can be. I need it to block with. 1, 2, 3. Cool, looking good. All right. Next section, you ready for moving on for the next bit? Yes, wicked. Now we're going to be cool. I'm going to be looking at fairly simple defensive action for stick fighting. So in stick fighting, if I'm a long range, my hand is a target, and that's usually the closest target to their closest weapon. Hand, or maybe my leg here. So the first defensive action we're going to have is my hands out in front of me, right lead, right hand. Just going to punch it to my chest and back in again. That's it. There we go, let's all go together, dead simple. It's out, I'm going to punch myself in the chest and then come forwards again. It's called the chest punch. Clue is in the name. That's it. And I'm going to keep the stick on my forehand side. I'm not punching to the backhand side, stick stays on my forehand side. Yeah. So. punch. It's going to be tempting to balance and put your other hand out there, but then this becomes the target. Keep this one in. Good. A few more, let's see how it's looking. That's it. So, beat someone and chest punch. Cool, I'm going to feed a few angle 1s and 2s. See if you can react and do your chest punch at the right time. Ready? Good, 20 seconds left, let's keep going. All right, nice. Next stage. I'm going to add in my lead leg. So I'm going to add in this one-step pass or back sack. So just momentarily have that one out of the way, so I've got both together. Can't stay here forever because I'm going to fall over. I'm not taking a step all the way back. I want to stay in range so I can hit back. So leg and hand together. If you need a little balance, you can maybe move your left elbow back or hand back. I mean, we can get all sorts of fancy here and make it just like dancing, but just a little bit to help you kind of counter-rotate and counterbalance. So, as long as I'm not bringing this one out there. That's it, so chest punch and back sack. Alright, so now I want you to react to my attacks on your hand or your leg. Yeah, that's the idea. Careful that this doesn't become this, because gradually this leaves the elbow out. Yeah, it's a more powerful swing on the way back, but I want to keep chest punch, stick vertical. This is why I like hitting from here. Bam, smash is what we're going to do. Okay, next stage. Well, I just kind of previewed it, so we're going to have our defensive action, which is chest punch, leg back, and as I step forward, I'm going to hit my lap tick. Chest punch, angle 1. That's it. So everyone together, let's go. Punch back, hit out. Punch back, hit out. Punch back, hit out. If I do it like this, more power, slower, my elbow is exposed as a target. So maybe if my hand was the target here, and I put my elbow there, it's kind of close to where my hand was, so it might be that I get clipped there. In fact, it happened to me a few times in sparring. Here. Ideal world, my stick stays about, it's not perfectly vertical, it's a bit of, I don't want to smash myself in the face, it goes to the side of my head. But it goes almost vertical, front to back. So I'm not here, I'm not here. That's it. Alright, I'm going to feed you some hand shots, see how you can react, and get back to me straight away. Nice, looking good. Good. Okay, time, very nice. One more bit to go. We're going to complete our combo when we're hitting back. So go chest punch, lap tick, wood tick and redondo. You can move your feet on the other two if you want to. If you've got space, you can maybe move forwards or backwards or circle around or whatever it is you feel like doing in your head. If you're a bit low on space, kind of stay where you are. 2, 3. So back, lap tick, wood tick, redondo. 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 Chest punch, lap tick, wood tick, redondo. With it and redondo. So you've got 3 solid strikes coming out from there, and if you've got the space to move while you're hitting them, then even better. Could be that you're filling the space as you retreat. Could be that you're charging somebody down, maybe you're angling off one way or the other. Whatever it is, it's alright. Okay, now I'm going to feed you some attacks, see how you can deal with them. Good. Nice. Can't see anybody's legs, so I'm sure you're moving your legs out the way perfectly here. That's great. Couple more, let's go. Nice. Okay, time. Good stuff, guys. Very nice. Let's have a quick breather.